What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts on the confused about and I watched Psycho 2 with the tagline "It's 22 years later and Norman Bates is coming home." Well, yeah, that was also one of my points. Norman is back, and also the actor who played Norman in the original Psycho from 1960, the same actor who is playing Norman right now. Um, I'm really happy with that because he played a fantastic role as Norman Bates, in my opinion, and we have him back. Um, well, in the movie it's been 22 years, but in reality it's been 23 years. Well, that actually, maybe it's been 22, almost 23 years. Let's see when the original Psycho came out. Well, I know original Psycho is from a book, but I mean the movie. September 8th, or June 16th was the premiere in New York, and in theaters it was September 8th, which was yesterday. Oh, really? No fucking way! That was not planned. That was not planned. That it came in theaters. Uh, 65 years ago. I didn't plan that. That was not planned. That was just apparently a coincidence that I didn't even realize. Um, that's fun. Uh, all right. Yeah. So it's been it's been 22 years basically. It's the same year, It's in years it would be 23 years, but because if with the months, it's just uh, 3 months and 5 days too early. So it's been basically 22 years. Yeah, all right. Um, Nonetheless, this movie, wow, it, it yeah. I fucking love it. I fucking love this, and I can't wait for Psycho 3, which we're gonna watch, I think tomorrow. Yes, which we're gonna watch tomorrow. So I can't wait for that one. It's so excited for that one. So let's just start with this movie because I have something to talk about. We hear crickets, and well, actually, to be honest, this is basically what happened in the last movie. The first thing that I'm gonna talk about is basically what's gonna happen in the last movie. Um, because that's what the movie started with. It started with the famous scene from the last movie, and then it went into this original movie, which you basically have to watch yourself because I have nothing of the original movie written down here except for the points that I'm going to talk about. So let's just start with partially of the last movie, I would say. We heard crickets and we see a sign from Bates Motel, and the sign is the vacancy, is blinking, on off, on off, on off, and the no in front of the vacancy is just off. It just only the vacancy is lighting up from time to time, and inside the room, and we see Marion. Marion is the lady who died in that famous scene from the original Psycho, and this is all still in black and white. So she stands up and she walks to the bathroom. She closes the door, and she obviously she's getting in, and she takes off her bathrobe or a robe and puts it wherever where. She walks to the shower slash bathtub and gets in. She closes the curtain. She unwraps, I think, some soap, because we hear some paper, being crushed, obviously the noise, and then she turns on the shower. So, showering. Well, we didn't see this part obviously, but we see from her shoulders up, So, shoulders and arms, so a bit of neck. And then it happens. We see through the curtain, the door opens. In comes Mrs. Bates. She pulls the curtain and it's stabby time. But we're gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna actually happen in this movie, watch the movie yourself, because it's worth it. It's worth it. In my opinion, this movie is definitely worth it. So that's why I can't wait for the third movie. Because Norman is back again for the third movie. So let's just start with my points of this movie. Norman was pleaded not guilty due to insanity. And I kind of find that bullshit. Because yes, maybe it was because they were not sane. They were not by the right mind. But you are not in your right mind if you start killing people. If you start killing people, you're just not in your right mind ever. That's just okay. Video games is different. In video games like GTA and Doom and whatever, Black Ops, different. But I'm talking about real life. You're just not sane. So pleading for insanity, that's just fucking bullshit. You did the crime, you do the fucking time. You people are not here anymore due to you. So I find that kind of bullshit. From I was not in my right mind. Yeah, just go to fucking jail, go to fucking prison. Stay away. But Norman won the case and he was not guilty, so he was free. And in the first movie, we followed Mariam. Marian or Mariam? I think Marianne. Marianne, and after she was dead, we followed her sister, Lila. And she was back. I think it was also the same actress who played the original Lila. She was back. So that was nice to see her also again. We saw the set, the house, and the motel. We saw it finally in color. The first time, obviously, 1960, we saw it in black and white. This time we saw the set in color, which was so nice. It was so nice to see it in color. Really nice. There was apparently a girl staying with Norman. Well, apparently there was a girl staying with Norman. She was a co-worker from him when he was working at the diner. And apparently she is the daughter from Lila, whatever. She is the niece from Marian, who was originally killed from the famous shower scene from the original Psycho. That was her aunt. So that was a very nice twist, actually, which we got discover a bit later. unexpectedly. Around the 37, between the 37 to 38 minutes, I think. 37, around 40 seconds, something like that. Between the 37 and 48 minute mark, we heard a cough. Just a well, not like that, but an actual cough. But it was not Mary, who is the girl, the daughter. That's Mary. It was not she. But I have subtitles on when I'm watching this, just because sometimes there are things driving by and I can't hear shit well properly. So I have subtitles on, and it said Norman coughs. Okay, obviously he can be coughing. Every person coughs. But how did we hear that? Because we're in the motel, and he is all the way up in the house. I think in the kitchen. How? See, that's the only part that maybe it was not an intentional cough. He just coughed offset. And the audio picked it up. But otherwise, how did we hear that if he's all the way there and we're here, all the way down here, and we hear him cough in the house? If you have seen the movie, the original movie, or this movie, or maybe the third movie, you've seen multiple times how far the motel is from the house. It's the motel is here. You have to go there and go up the stairs, go through the stairs and go stairs, and there's the house. So there's the house. Here's the motel. How do you hear coughing from here in here? See, that part is the only thing that from what? Yeah. Who's the mother? Who's your mommy? It doesn't work that good with just like who's your daddy, who's your mommy, but who is the mother? Well, apparently Norma Bates, the original mother that we saw in the first movie that was a corpse, she was actually Norman's aunt. Oh. And was it the woman from the diner? That's his actual mother. And because she was a bit loony, she gave him up to Norma when he was half years old, or 1.5 years old, something like that. But at first the movie was high for low 5. It was just a 4.5. It was a very good movie. But then the end came. Not the end game, the end came. The end came, and we learned about his actual mother, the diner woman. I think it was the diner woman. And Norman did something, and it left me speechless. I didn't expect that. Oh shit, and that shot the movie up to a 5 out of 5, because this movie is a 5 out of fucking 5. Go watch the movie yourself. Like I said, in my opinion, it's definitely worth it, and I can't wait for what they're gonna do in the third movie. Well, there are 4 movies. Then we have Bates Motel, and then we have the remake of the original. And I think the remake of the original has Vince Vaughn. Well, he definitely plays in one of the remaining Psycho movies. I know that, and I think he plays in the 1998 version of Psycho. That he plays, Norman Bates. I think. I don't know for sure, but I've definitely seen his face attached to Psycho. So yeah. Like I said, this movie 5 out of 5. Go watch the movie yourself. Like I said, it's worth it in my opinion. And I can't wait for the third movie. I can't wait. I'm so fucking excited. Yeah. Leave likes. Recommend the good. Motel, hotel, hostel, related movie. Down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Come join Discord. Subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats. Subscribe to my third channel, Underdog Reacts. Link down below in the description. We've done Hostel, the franchise Hostel. We've done that one already. I have playlists, so look it up. We've done that one already. And go watch the other the other playlist with the movies that we've done. It starts with the oldest movie to the newest movie. So I've done lots of movies. I think to be specific, this movie, Psycho 2, is the 636th movie. 6th movie. So, lots of movies. More movies are coming tomorrow. You're gonna get Psycho 3. And maybe Beerfest. Maybe. Because I just have to look if I will make it with time. Because I have to go to the dentist. So, and I still want to watch Squid Game. So, we'll see if we're gonna do Beerfest. If not, it will come later. I don't know when, but it will come later. That said, I'm gonna leave that and see you guys later for Squid Game season 3 episode 3 episode 4 15 episode 5 maybe. I don't know. I think we're almost at the end of Squid Game already. And then we're gonna do a new show. So if you want to know which show that is, subscribe to the channel, because I don't even know which show we're gonna watch. I have a list and we're gonna choose from that one. So it's gonna be excited. That's it. I will shut up and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.